This guard has emerged as one of the top scorers and outside shooters in the NBA, making his first All-Star Game appearance from the Indiana Pacers, Reggie Miller.
And you've got all the clout.
This could be Reggie's year. You better watch out.
Stockton, along with my partner, Hubie Brown, we look forward to this every year. And, of course, all you can do is look at the faces of the players. They'll be smiling, showtime early. As the game goes on, they'll have grimaces, the intensity, because they all want to win the game, really. Drexler, Dominique Wilkins, and McHale are the forwards for the East. Harris the center. Reggie Miller in his first All-Star game, and Joe Dumars in the backcourt. Miller fires a three. Great outside shooter. I want to try 33 years like he did. East by 4. They've got the ball. Dominique. And he scores. Dominique slam dunk chance. Starting, we're in the first period. The East leads the West, the 40th annual NBA All-Star Game, Miami Arena. For the 4 successful expansion entries in the league. Joe Dumars hits the three-point basket. Remaining in the first quarter, the East has opened up a 13-point lead. West has turned it over 8 times in this quarter. 18 on the shot clock. Here's Reggie Miller. And the first Indiana Pacers since Don Boosie and Billy Knight were on the All-Star team 13 years ago.
One of the best pure shooters we have in all of basketball today. Not only the three-point shot, but we're talking all-around game and a standing foul shot.
The East leads, but we have seen a tremendous all-star display. That is the end of the first half with the score. The East 65 and the West 52. Pat O'Brien will be back with the Prudential at the half after this. He's in this one as the East maintains possession with 10 seconds to go. McHale finally converts. Lead is 21. Chambers firing for 3. And Reggie Miller said, I just want to score 1 basket so someday I can tell my kids I did that in an All-Star game. Rod Strickland said he wanted to be traded. He and Mark Jackson, the dual point guards. But, you know, the Knicks aren't going to make a deal just because a guy wants to be traded, because they've got something going there.
No, but, you know, he
give him the ball.
Well, he has such outstanding court vision. You know, you just don't win that Good Hands Award for assists and steals minus turnovers unless you have a complete game and a great game of vision.
McHale hits for the rookie from San Antonio. He's having a fine rookie all-star affair. Talk about a guy who's going to be a perennial. Reggie Miller comes right back. That is the way to end an all-star game. It's over, and it was indeed a terrific show. The Eastern All-Stars have won it 130 to 113, and even a losing coach can force a smile. And maybe Pat Riley needs a domed arena. Question is, who will be named the most valuable player of this game and go down in history? We'll be back to find out who the MVP is as the East beats the West 130 to 113.
Today, the world's greatest athletes are showcased in the 45th annual NBA All-Star Game. The 1995 NBA All-Star.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your 1995 NBA All-Stars, beginning with the Eastern Conference. One of the finest shooters in the league, he led his team to the Eastern Conference Finals last season. From the Indiana Pacers, Reggie Miller. And at center,
Anthony Hardaway of the Orlando Magic. Now let's remember that Paul Westphal was an offensive player, and he loves offense, so you're going to see some points scored, and the ball is going to be... And the West 10. The East has hit its last 6 shots. Anthony Hardaway wearing the bandage over the left eye, took a couple of stitches last week. Marley on the deck. That's the kind of weekend it's been for Dan Marley. It takes 3 of everything in order for him to get it done, but he finally gets his first 2. And missed his first 5 shots. Now double coverage on O'Neal. Again finds an open man. Miller is rejected. 12, you are watching the NBA on NBC. Who did not make the squad originally, was very upset about it. And when Cedric Ceballos suffered the injury, Mutombo was added to the roster. The West leading 33 to 28. Reggie Miller for 3.
And back comes very quick first step.
Well, that's really the strength of David Robinson's game. Able to go out and set that screen roll, face the basket, drive it, and then if he doesn't score, wind up on the free throw line.
The Utah connection, Karl Malone and John Stockton getting set to check in. Shaquille O'Neal with a fadeaway for his fourth field goal. 8-point got it to Malone.
Picture perfect 2-on-1 break. Karl Malone getting rid of the basketball just so he could get it back on the finish, which he has done so well for so long.
And in the second quarter, the West has dominated. They have outscored the East 22-11 as Larry Johnson is able to hit on his second field goal. This season's MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year, Most Valuable Player of the Finals, leading the Rockets to the NBA Championship. Here comes Barkley. And Mourning able to rip it down. 74-57, the West on top. That's a three-pointer for Reggie Miller, and for Reggie, his first field goal. He missed his first five. Well, Boomer
just shoving it down the throat of the Eastern Conference, who just can't seem to put the ball in the basket, and then they compound it by not getting back on defense. That is depth.
Now, the last time Barkley looked around to see if any purple jerseys were coming, and all of a sudden realized there wasn't, so he just went all the way in.
Shaquille O'Neal. He hit well by O'Neal. Mourning with the rebound. Miller for three. Yes. Reggie Miller hitting on his second straight three. He is one of the superb pure shooters of the game, and if he gets started, he's hit two in a row. He's cut the West lead down to 12. 7-0 run by the East.
A little bit.
Oh! And Marley able to flip it down to Payton. Miller is back. Payton goes right at him. And it's rejected by Miller. Barkley on the follow. Kept alive by Barkley. And then slapped away. Given back to the West on the turnover. And a timeout is called by Paul Westphal.
Well, Reggie Miller's starting to feel it now. Hardaway finds him. He's felt it before for a couple wide opens. One in rhythm this time. The man who came in second last night in the three-point shootout. Good form, gets his feet under him, and when this guy gets it going, he's as good as anybody in three-point shots. And defensively, Reggie with the block shot, and he's going to hang in there and come up with a steal.
Back in a moment. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
All right, let's go to you, Hannah.
All right, I'm with the guy that helped spark the East. Well, brought him within 12 points anyway. A couple of three-pointers and a nice block there, too, Reggie.
Well, you know, people really don't know about my defensive skills. The only thing they know about my shooting. So Jerry tried to make a nice finger roll on me. I thought I'd go up and get it a little bit. But we're starting to make a run here. You know, the West, they got a big squad, and they kind of ran us in the first half. Our goal was to come out in the second half and try to get back into the game as quickly as possible. And yeah, I think we have a chance here. We're down by 12, but we're making a run.
Well, you're right when you say that. Most people know you for your offense. Spike Lee sort of made you a cult figure there last year in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I was hoping he would have been here. I really would have been on fire. He'd been sitting in the front row, but I guess he was kind of absent today, so oh well.
Well, now that you're a celebrity, is this All-Star game where you're a starter a lot different from your first appearance in 1990?
Well, the first time I was so nervous, you know, being on the same floor with Jordan and Byrne. I was just so excited to be there, but this time it's a little bit more relaxing.
All right, have fun and fire up some more trays. Get these guys back in it, Reggie. All right, Mark.
See it on the big smile on his face. The man wants to be a point guard. And look at him put it down and pick it up and finish with the little finger roll. And all of his teammates on the Eastern Conference bench appreciating the many skills of Shaquille O'Neal.
Foul on Kemp, his fourth. But Shaquille points for Dikembe Mutombo with a half minute left in the fourth quarter. 135-109 for the West. Three-point attempt. Reggie Miller hits the three. He has 9 points. And again it's Mutombo.
This is a special All-Star edition of NBA Show.
One of the best pure shooters in the league, this three-time All-Star, specializes in last-second game-winning shots from the Indiana Pacers, Reggie Miller. A appearing in his 10th.
A little more than it has been in the last few years.
Yeah, I think so. I think the East really wants to win the game. We are here to have fun. We could test yesterday. We thought yesterday we're going to be a little serious today.
How much of that do you think has to do with Michael being back?
Danny Manning is back. Kevin Johnson was back temporarily. Cotton taking over. And what a performance he had on Tuesday night in that emotional win over Chicago.
Are you going out on the limb and some noise with the reverse stuff? And the East lead is now one. Ewing! Patrick Ewing looking like Brent Barry in the slam dunk.
David Robinson caught Patrick Ewing falling down, and then a hop, skip, and a jump and a throwdown by Pat.
And a half gone by. Mitch Richmond not able to hit. And back comes Miller. Reggie Miller of the Indiana Pacers for Vin Baker of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Guys that shoot jump shots in this game are going to be the ones that get hurt the most. Unless they really have the torch going, I don't look for many jump shots to go in.
Well, the team that the East has out on the floor right now, not a good running team. Terrell Brandon, good on the fast break, but so used to playing controlled basketball in Cleveland.
Malone and Elliott on the front line. The step by Peyton Ewing got a piece of it. Miller being played by Richmond. Here's Brandon around. Peyton let the ball knocked away and a foul.
Reggie doesn't understand. This is an all-star game. That was supposed to pay out.
John Elliott not able to hit. Kept alive by Gary Payton. Trying to put it between the legs, but Terrell Brandon there has a 3-on-1. Reggie Miller with the finisher. And the East with a 3-point. Brandon and drew the foul.
Well, sometimes you dance too much, and Terrell Brandon caught Gary Payton off step and made it an easy score for Reggie Miller.
From the West, Gary Payton, 2 shots.
It's known as the Pillsbury Doughboy. He played here for the San Antonio Spurs.
I didn't know that, Steve.
Should have had a jump ball between Reggie Miller and George Karl.
Yeah. Has cooled down here in the second quarter after the hot start. But they now lead by 2. Elliott for 3. Running up. There you go. Both players looking for a call.
There's a difference in how they approach the third quarter play.
Terrell Brandon played well in the first half, is back on the floor. That's Brandon with the ball. Ewing tried to set the screen. And here's Miller for 3. And Scottie Pippen's segment will be seen, we're told, this coming Thursday on ER at 10 o'clock here on NBC. Oh, yes, and it counts. And it's left in the third quarter. Off the steal. Terrell Brandon moves it back across. High point man of the game, Michael Jordan with 20. Gil O'Neal with 16. Sean Kemp leading the West with 12. Gary Payton with 10. Here is Miller. Yes. Third field goal. That is the end of the third quarter. So here in San Antonio, after 3. Quarter underway. Reggie Miller is called for the foul. What a job David Stern has done. And has certainly enjoyed the festivities here on All-Star Weekend here in San Antonio. Crowd of better than 36,000.
You look at it, his body language over there tells me I think he's mailed this one in, and I'm just going to get these guys some time.
Can you read George Karl's body language?
Yeah, I've seen the match down there now. To know that when...
So the East leads 104-88. Jackson has Brandon and Miller in the backcourt. Baker with Mourning and Howard. Run by the West, an 11-2 spurt, and they have cut it to a 13-point East lead.
We got 9 minutes left in the game, so Matty's moving a little bit closer to the edge. You can see here, starting to coach.
Reggie Miller with his 4th field goal. He has 8. The East has led by as many as 22 points. Stockton facing a double team.
Well, George Karl's one concern was that the team shots were not going in the basket. He said their shots are hitting the rim. The East is getting nothing but the bottom of the net, and mistakes have hurt them as well.
Brandon with you for the announcement of the most valuable player of this 46th All-Star. So the East has defeated the West 129 to 118 to stop the recent success.
A 4-time All-Star and 2-time Olympic gold medalist from the Indiana Pacers, Reggie Miller. Now let's meet the starting.
Fast and furious. Robinson mishandles it. East ball.
We got 2 Pacers in the game right now, Rick Smith and Reggie Miller. Let's see if they try to run something for one of those guys and get them involved in the play together.
Miller driving on kick, tosses it up on the run, and he'll come to the free throw line. This, in a sense, is Reggie Miller's second home, Madison Square Garden. He's had a number of great performances here in front of hostile crowds he enjoys provoking.
Yeah, I talked to Reggie Miller Friday, and he was he's a little mad because he feels that they're not getting the type of respect that they deserve over here in the East. They feel that everybody's talking about Chicago, and they've kind of conceded that it's going to be Chicago and Miami, and he doesn't want anybody to forget that, hey, we were here a couple of years ago in the Eastern Conference Finals battling the Knicks.
But Reggie gets the ultimate respect when he comes in here because they all boo him the loudest, and he's well aware of the significance of that.
Intended for Rice is broken up by Eddie Jones. Mitch Richmond is back. Miller cuts him off and causes him to miss the layup.
See, that's when you know they're playing. They're competing. They're not giving.
The West back to within 7.
I'd like to comment on a Mitch Richmond situation, Bob. Because, here's a guy who played on basically a losing team his whole career. I think he needs to do more if he's really serious about getting to that championship level. He's going to have to take a sacrifice, a pay cut to get what he wants. He cannot have both.
One of the great catch-and-shoot players in NBA history, Reggie Miller, doing just that. What he does best in that last sequence.
Coach, he's being very, very aggressive. And, if I knew someone was sick, certainly the first thing I'd do, I'd go out to someone. But, I got to defend myself. I'm going to go out there. He's got to play defense just like I got to play defense.
Smith fouled Robinson.
Who created the show and learned how to get everybody involved and put on the spectacle that it is today.
Robinson's cross-court pass deflected out of bounds by Reggie Miller. 5.5 to play in the first half. The East by 10.
Well,
out of high school is just 19, and this is second season. Rice finally misses a 3, and Duncan has the rebound. Van Exel into a crowd, lost it, recovers it, shoots it, misses it. Here comes Antoine Walker behind the back to Reggie Miller. Man,
nice play. Antoine's another one of those guys who are from Chicago in the summer league. Played with Mark Aguirre, played with all the guys in Chicago, and you'll see what happens here. Antoine comes up, he reads it, sees Reggie Miller out the corner of his eye, behind the back pass. That's the peripheral vision.
Even though, Isaiah, that he's from Chicago, he did say that Magic was his guy. He said Magic was bigger, like I was bigger, but Antoine Walker.
To have 32's old locker.
Well, he said I was always his idol, so it made me feel good. But I think the main thing is we're bringing him along.
And it totally threw my rhythm off. And even in my last year, I remember Don Chain
of Iowa State. If you got a team that can win another championship or contend for one, and if Michael Jordan says this is what I want, and it's worked to the tune of 5 titles and maybe 7 had Michael not gone away to play baseball, what's the problem in bringing them all back?
You're asking the wrong guy, Bob.
It's Van Exel with a 3 that's long, and Jason Williams, the closest thing to a hometown star. Grew up in the Lower East Side of New York. College at St. John's. Now representing the New Jersey Nets with Patrick Ewing hurt. There's no Nick in the game. Miller for three, as he's done so often in this building, and he turns to face Spike Lee. But this might be the one night when Spike is actually rooting for Reggie, since he's got to be, as a Knicks fan, pulling for the Eastern Conference.
Bob, Spike never roots for Reggie. Every time he sees Reggie in the Indiana uniform, he roots totally against him.
Reggie almost quit the game of basketball before this season. He's had all kinds of problems, the injuries of a couple years ago. Somebody comes in and foolishly, stupidly burns his house down, destroys his whole lifetime of collection of stuff. Larry Bird, when he took the coaching job, he called up Reggie and said, "Hey, Reggie, look, I know you're going through a lot of trouble here. We need you. We got something that's really special here. Please, please stay with us. We think we can turn it back around." Reggie reluctantly came back to play, and it's really paid off.
And when you talk about Reggie's house burning down, to show you what type of league this is, how the players and the commissioner looks out for the family members, David Stern has taken it upon himself to start a memorabilia collection for Reggie Miller to get back all the stuff that
Vin Baker has it blocked, and here's Michael. Jordan has 22 points, bouncing to Miller, and Reggie can't finish it. Then Exel slings it back the other way. Jones pulls up for three. Vin Baker blocked by from the head of the key.
Schmitz is feeling it now. You can just see it in his face. Finally, his health returned to him this year. The feet looking, feeling very good.
Well, the East players has taken a cue from Michael Jordan early in the game. He told him when he first got here this week, he wants to win this game, and the East has come out to show their dominance. And we talked to Bird, he talked about playing Jordan at the point.
Michael misses with the left hand, but Antoine won.
Very nice.
Well, when I was talking to Eddie Jones, he talked about how he's changed his dedication this year. Last year, he tailed off at the end of the season and did not play well in the playoffs. And it was because he stopped working out off the court. He committed himself to work out throughout the season in that weight room with his physical trainer. And
matches Michael Jordan's 49 against the Clippers for the high output in the league this year. In and out for Eddie Jones. And here comes Reggie Miller, who scored 14. After missing a year because of the lockout, the NBA All-Star Game is back, this time in Oakland for the 49th installment. The East leads the series 31-17, and they've won the last three. With Doug Collins, I'm Bob Costas. The
6'7" guard from the Indiana Pacers, Reggie Miller. And at 7'2".
It's hard when you're coming down, especially, Bob, the game is so fast. You get a glimpse and you want to give the ball to a player.
Dale Davis, another rebound in his first All-Star game after a distinguished 9-year career. Reggie Miller, the all-time leader in three-pointers, hits from beyond the arc.
That's a gimme for Reggie Miller. You give him that kind of time, and Grant Hill knew that. He got him right in rhythm and gave him an excellent pass. That's the way he gets his points when he plays for the Pacers. Just grunt work inside, working hard, muscling inside.
Garnett lost it, poked away by Hill, into the hands of Miller. Reggie's pull-up three. And Garnett has the uncontested with 1:07 remaining in the first quarter. West leads it by 7.
Grant Hill with a terrific, just easy little pass that time. Reggie Miller rolls the seams, gets it in his hand just the right way, lets it go. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
And Wallace pulls it down. 6 seconds to get on the shot. In this game, that's an eternity. Payton for three. Back rims it, and there's the buzzer. Pretty much what we expected. The West leads it 33-26 after 12 is intended for Davis. Malone broke it up. Glenn Robinson, whom we mentioned a moment ago, obviously having a fine year.
I had a chance to talk to Carl before the game. Of course, he missed the practice yesterday and has not been taking part of the festivities here. Really didn't want to come to the All-Star game. Wanted to be down with his family. Went down to Arkansas, did some hunting and some fishing, took care of his family, came up here. He said it was his intention all the time to show up for the game. He wanted to rest some of his injuries. His back is feeling better.
7, and Stockton makes it 9. He was the co-MVP of the 93 game, played at the Delta Center in Salt Lake with his teammate Malone. Robinson tries the up and under between two defenders. Davis on the offensive glass to his teammate Miller, who misses the three. Jumper off the baseline, got it. Referred to recently by Sports Illustrated as a triple-double waiting to happen.
Well, I love Michael Finley. You see Peyton with the steal. I've known Michael since he was in high school. And he is a terrific player, great energy, and it's great to see him being recognized today.
Houston leaves the bounce pass for Reggie Miller, who drew the foul. He's so good at that, leaning into somebody, not for a makeable shot, but to draw the contact.
Robinson commits his first personal foul, second team foul. Number 34, Ray Allen replaces number 20, Allen Houston. Reggie Miller to the line.
Reggie Miller playing in his 5th All-Star game, in this his 13th season in the league at age 34, hits the first. Peyton guarded by Ray Allen of the Bucks, who has made his first appearance. In the lane to Weber, his fall away won't go. Chase to the side, out of bounds, and Joey Crawford says it's East ball. Finley takes the lob from Peyton and lays it in. Michael Finley, so versatile, can play small forward, both guard spots, leads the league in minutes played. Stackhouse, a step inside the line, hits a 2-pointer. Here's Peyton with the stutter step move. Back up top to Weber. Short with the 3. Finley tried to tap the rebound to Wallace. It was broken up. And now Robinson takes it right back. Weber's got Peyton on his left. Wallace trailing the play. I don't know what some of this stuff is. Here's Miller for 3. That's a more familiar sight, but he missed it. Now he steals it out near midcourt. Allen's got all the room he needs, but still misses the 3-pointer. Rasheed Wallace brings it in. Wallace is Portland's only All-Star. Ray Allen with the steal. Kidd trying to head it off, but Allen takes it home for the emphatic slam.
Played the passing lane beautifully. That time, Jason Kidd.
Cross court to Kidd, and Jason Kidd misses the 3.
Ready for the East, number 34, Ray Allen, 31, Reggie Miller.
Ray Allen from Reggie Miller against Finley. Drills it.
Oh, because I got a couple uncles and stuff walking, so, you know, I'll talk hard.
Please, thank you. Bob?
All right, Ahmad. Time of transition in the NBA. Michael Jordan gone, Charles Barkley gone. Reggie Miller's shot deflected, grabbed by Weber.
Jason Kidd, these guys, I think, could play 2 games in a row and not get tired.
All of a sudden, the West is up by 10. Stockton battling Miller for the loose ball. Miller almost winds up in the lap of Bill Russell, and out of respect, he turns to the 11-time champion and says, "Are you okay, Mr. Russell?" There's the rebound. Inside 5 minutes. Glenn Robinson with the rebound as Peyton couldn't hit the 3. Miller out of the corner. And he misses the 3-pointer. Actually, there's been some poor shooting of late on some open jump attempts.
Stockton and Gary Payton.
Stockton and Payton go out. Bryant and Kidd back in for the West. Alonzo Mourning. Shake move on Duncan. Takes him inside and hits the slam.
Alonzo Mourning.